Periva Sharanam, Deivathin Kural, Book 6. The beauty that no one has seen before. Acharya has explained in a beautiful manner and proved as to how Ambaal's beauty is beyond comparison and unparalleled. Let descriptions be set aside. First, is there any poet or devotee who has himself seen that beauty fully and known it? There is none like that. When nobody has seen her themselves, how to describe her to others? Why are you saying that nobody has seen her before? We cannot say nobody has seen her at all. But many poets have described the fact of having had her darshan. And instead of giving a complete audience as VIPs do nowadays, she will give a revelation for a fraction of a second, in a flash, and vanish. Even for those who had completely surrendered to her, after having had only a partial fleeting darshan, such as her eyes or the corner of an eye showering compassion and love, or her mouth with the suggestion of a smile, mandasmitam, just that vision of her will remain etched in their memories and not the whole figure from the hairstyle on the top of the head to the feet. She reveals her entire beautiful body only to one other person, that is her husband, Parameshwara, with whom she is inseparably one. It is in order to involve him in herself and thereby get him absorbed in the Leela of the world that she assumed this extremely beautiful form of Tripura Sundari. That body is totally offered in obeisance to only him in total surrender as a faithful consort. She may show herself to others in brief glimpses, even when giving darshan, not revealing all her beauty. To her devotees, she will be full of love and compassion. But when it comes to her Soundaryam, it is all for her other half, Parameshwara, only. When I say this, it may mean that later in the second half of the Soundarya Lahari, when Acharya describes what he has seen and observed a little more in detail, that too may also be considered as an incomplete description. A mother does not have to display all her beauty as she would her love for the child. All the decoration that she may do to herself is for the pleasure of the husband only and not the baby. In fact, without any need to make herself look beautiful, naturally she has taken a body as she is verily beauty personified. When such is the case, how can anybody really describe her as she is? First of all, they do not have a complete understanding of her beauty. Then, when they try to do justice to what they have seen and known, being beyond the powers of words to describe, they find it difficult to say anything. Then, when you think of drawing parallels or use a simile to exemplify, again they find themselves in a logjam of sorts, as her beauty is simply beyond compare, as there is nothing in the world of which any part can be compared with any part of her. She is simply beyond compare. The poet has put across with very subtle delicacy that Ambaal will reveal all her beauty only to her husband Parameshwara. Names like Ramba, Tilottama, Urvashi, Menaka and such come to our minds as we have read about them in the Puranas, Itihasas as great beauties among the celestial damsels. Even they, having had a glimpse of Ambaal's beauty, feel, in front of her beauty, what is ours? What we have seen, after all, is very little. We should be seeing more of her. Those divine damsels wish to see Ambaal's beauty in full. Such is the extraordinary form of Ambaal, which is beyond comparison and beyond any description. Periva Sharanam.